Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back. I am Adriana of Ink to Prosperity, and today we're focusing on the Empress. Yay! So, my beautiful Empress. Beautiful Empress of the major arcana. If you missed the earlier videos of the beginning, feel free to click that link up above and watch those and then come back. Okay, so for those of you that are all caught up, let's just get right into it. Get your notebooks, get your water, get your decks, pull up the cards, whatever you need to do. So we are talking about the Empress. And you know, since we started this tarot study, that I am diving into particularly the Rider-Waite tarot deck, but I also will be using the Afro Avatar tarot as well as the Shaman tarot, and all of those will be linked below in case you want to grab them or check them out. And the books that I will be referencing are also linked below. Highly recommend those books. And let's get into it. So first of all, let's dive into what actually is the Empress. And I wanted to do a definition of the word Empress. So according to the Google, an Empress is a woman who is sovereign ruler of great power and rank. I apologize ahead of time for the lawn situation that's going on. And especially one ruling an empire. Empress, woman. Just wanted to clarify that. Also a wife or widow of an emperor. And let's see, do we have anything else? We don't have any other translations of what the Empress means. So it's either a woman who is a sovereign ruler or possibly the wife of an emperor. So that's what we have as an empress. And so let's just break down some of the symbols that we find in the common Rider-Waite. And just know that if you have a different deck, there may be some symbols that are different. That's okay. It's actually quite wonderful because then you have something to compare to. And those particular symbols may mean different things to you, and it just, you know, like enhances your interpretation. It enhances your readings. So don't feel bad if you don't have the Rider-Waite tarot. I started off with the Shaman tarot, which is completely different than the typical tarot system. So I just want to, you know, like put that out there for those of you who don't have the traditional tarot deck. So starting off with the number 3. 3. We love the number 3 because it reminds us of, first, for those of you who come from a Christian background, it reminds us of the Holy Trinity. And if you're from Louisiana, you know that Holy Trinity is involved with the vegetables, the mix that goes about everything. So the Holy Trinity, bringing together that base, that combination of the energies that really set the tone for the religion, for the belief system, for the connection to divine. So the Holy Trinity, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. 3 also connects us to the triangle, the shape of a triangle. Triangles are also connected to the pyramids, and we know that the pyramids were very sacred. The triangle in itself is seen in a lot of different ancient texts, as well as a lot of symbolism in the triangle. So if you ever are interested in getting to know the different shapes and what they mean when it comes to the occult, highly recommend that. a triangle with that 3 sides, really giving off that perfection. And 3 also connects us to creativity. Also, the number 3 is connected to youthfulness, and we also have it connected to communication. The number 3 also, the 3rd zodiac is Gemini. And I believe also when you do like multiples of 3, you, of course, you run into other zodiac signs, but multiple of 3 is 9, because 3 times 3 equals 9, and so 9 is a perfect number. And so there's this element of needing to just like bring things together. And so there's this energy 3 that brings like collaboration. So that's what we can connect with the number 3. And whatever you also connect with 3 is also very special to you. And don't think that you're wrong just because I didn't call it out. This is a study, so I'm too checking in and going back in with myself. I happen to be a life path 3, so I'm highly connected to the number 3. I love the Empress card. I created one of my intention oils based on the Empress card and one of my mentors, and so this whole card is very, very special to me. So let's dive into the symbols around the crown. So if you look into the Rider-Waite, I know I can't really show you it as in depth, but if you look into the imagery, you will find that the crown is 12 stars. 12 stars. And so the creator of the deck, A.E. Waite, is centering the zodiac. So the 12 zodiac signs. We just were talking about the zodiac signs with the number 3. And so the fact that it's a crown upon her head, a crown upon this woman's head, and these stars are representing the zodiac, which is stars which are connected to the heavens. And also this crown is also another reference to the Virgin Mary. And we talked about the Virgin Mary and the High Priestess. And so the High Priestess and the Empress tend to be like different sides of the Virgin Mary. The High Priestess being the more spiritual, intuitive, divine feminine energy of Mary, and then the Empress being the physical manifestation of the Virgin Mary. And so what do we know about Mary? Mary is a mother. Mary is a mother, okay? And so this connection to the stars, being crowned, that means there's some sense of there's luxury, there's regal energy, and then if you have a crown, that means you are listened, you are revered, and people pay attention to you. And the fact that these are connected to the 12 zodiacs, it's almost like there is this all-knowingness and this connectivity to the heavens. So moving into the shield. So in here, the shield is a heart. It's resting on the couch cushion that she's sitting on, and it's a heart-shaped shield with the Venus sign in the middle. So we have Venus, which is already one of the major planets. And also this card, I'll get into that later, actually. So we have this shield, heart-shaped, heart energy. So we have love, Venus in heart. We have love. We have this unconditional protection. But in that, we also have this element of justice, because the planet Venus is the ruler of Libra and Taurus. So that brings in the different energies around justice, balance, and nature. Amazing. And also with Venus, this Venetian symbol, we know the Venus symbol is also connected to, you know, how they identify women. It's the symbol for a woman. Not anymore. Yes, more. Whatever. I'm not gonna get into that conversation. So we also have this connection to being very relationship focused. So that comes back to connection and collaboration. So in tiny words, I'll just put relationships. And everything is a relationship. This doesn't just mean romantic or paternal or maternal or from friends. This is everything is a relationship. The way that you write is a relationship. The way that you get up in the morning is a relationship. Your pet's relationship, the relationship you have with food and water and money and your car and your job and just everything. The relationship between H2O, the chemical compound of fucking water, is a relationship. So this shield is just showing up in this Empress energy. So moving into our next symbol, we have the scenery. So the scenery is very complex. It's very beautiful. And it also reminds me of the Queen of Pentacles. I know this may be a little bit blurry, but I just want to try to show you. So the Queen of Pentacles and the Empress also seem a little bit similar to me in their scenic makeup. So what we have here in the scenery for the Empress, so I'm just going to write Queen of Pentacles just so we can come back. Queen of Coins. Scenery, we also have these trees that reach as far up to the heaven and as bottom or as low as the root of the earth. Trees who are grounded and reaching. Also, what the beautiful connection that I read in this Secrets of the Waite-Smith Tarot, that for some reason the Venus symbol is also the only symbol that is connected to the Tree of Life. So we have Tree of Life. And we know Tree of Life symbolism and stories exist in pretty much all cultures across the globe. So that's its own, that could be its own video, honestly. So we have tree symbolism. We have this gorgeous open sky. We have water. We have a stream, a river, representing the flowiness, the river of life. We also have wheat at the bottom of her feet. Wheat. Some people also may reference it as corn. So either way, both of these crops, food, and both of these two types of food are very abundant. They grow wild. They reach far. They're nourishing. And wheat and corn are seen as symbols, as foods that represent fertility and abundance that I was talking about earlier. Okay. So moving into what else in her scenery? So she also has this element of she's laying on this cushion. So we have a cushion here. And that alone is just screaming luxury, is screaming lavishness, relaxation, being in a place of at peace, and being comforted. Okay. Okay, I think that's everything that I want to talk about with her scenery. Okay, moving into the staff. So the staff that she's holding in her right hand. Put your right hand over your heart. When we said the Pledge of Allegiance, a lot of different cards, such as the Emperor, which comes right after the Empress, also is holding a staff in the right hand. The right hand is also oftentimes connected to this element of power and structure. Also connected to like promises, and I don't want to call it justice, but just like doing what needs to get done. So in her hand, she has this beautiful staff, and almost the Empress also reminds me, with the staff, the crown, and just like her facial, like the face that she's making reminds me of the Statue of Liberty. And we all can do our own research on, like, why the Statue of Liberty. What does the Statue of Liberty mean? What does Lady Liberty mean? And so with this staff, it also is symbolizing that she is, a ruler, which we also picked up in her shield and her crown, and a leader. And then lastly, let's go into her clothes. So she's wearing this like very just big gown. There's this gown of pomegranates, and this gown of pomegranates, in the High Priestess, the tapestry in the back was pomegranates. And now that, we've moved another step into the tarot, the major arcana, we have the gown that is actually made of pomegranates. And what we learned about pomegranates last week is that it is connected to fertility, which we've seen in a few different other symbols throughout the card. And so the fact that she is wearing this gown, there's a lot of talk, and I believe in the book that A.E. Waite wrote, he referenced that the gown was a maternity gown. So we have this woman who is relaxed in this posture. She's adorned, and we know that maybe not now, but going back even just like a century ago, or even further back, different cultures would not make their women, the people who were pregnant, do too much. They would be resting. They would be taken care of, supported. The community would take care of them. Communal support, communal aid. And if you were a person of stature, then you know you were adorned, you were gifted. Like baby shower overload, gifted and adorned. And so the author of this deck, A.E. Waite, who I've been referencing throughout this whole video, wanted to showcase that adornment, being, you know, given this lovely gown made with the symbol of pomegranates and fertility, just so that, you know, that baby and that mama can, you know, just be as at peace as possible during this stage. So those are the different symbols that we find in the Empress card. And so now I want to just give you a little bit, you know, more context and kind of like wrap all of this together. So the Empress is this symbol of obviously fertility. We have this abundance energy. We have this maternal energy as well. And we have a connection to community, relationships. And so also the beautiful thing in about this card is her being connected to the heavens and the earth, and really being that bridge between the spirit and the physical realm. And so, and you know, the High Priestess is a bridge in the spiritual sense, and then the Empress is the bridge in the physical sense. And so, you know, like when you think about the Empress, also be mindful that if this woman, if this person, if the energy is of pregnancy and fertility and maternity, then that means that there is a stage and there's a time for everything. That divine timing is very real, and it is very apparent in each and every moment of our life. And so we cannot always rush things. So this card is this reminder to take your time and take a step back, and to make sure that you're not skipping any steps. This card also brings up the fact that if you were to, let's say you're working on a project and you pull this card, this is a sign that don't skip steps, because you may sabotage the project. A baby that is born premature is lacking some things, didn't get all their vitamins. They may not have finished fully growing a lung or their heart or a vein or something like that. And so we have to put them into a false or create a man-made incubator so that they can continue to grow and develop, so that they can be returned to their mother. And the same thing can be said for different projects, relationships, connections, things that we are growing. Sometimes they need to stay in the incubator just a little bit longer before we're ready to present it and like give birth to it. 9 months isn't just there for any reason. And then also the beautiful thing about the Empress is that she is in this place of sitting down, in this place of relaxation, and knowing that you can delegate. You don't have to be the one always at the front lines, always the one doing the work, always the one that is doing the heavy lifting. You can delegate your work out to different people. You can ask for that community support. And just know when this card comes up that you know, Empress energy is not like go, go, go. The Empress is busy growing from the inside and creating and cultivating with everything that she has inside. And so her hands are focused on supporting herself and not so much on the action that needs to take place outside externally. So delegate out. That's one thing that the Empress reminds us. And then lastly, this Empress, you know, going back to the original definition, which is a sovereign ruler. Sovereignty. Own your power. Don't give away your power to anybody. Don't feel like somebody, just because they know something that you don't know, that they have more power over you. Like, fuck that. And the fact that there's a ruler of great power and rank. You got this. This is letting you know that you can do this. You can get it done. You have so much weight. You're connected to the stars. You're connected to the earth. You are connected to yourself, the collective consciousness, the Holy Trinity, whatever the Holy Trinity means to you. You have it all right here. Bring it together. Create it. Create it. Create it. And then lastly, a point about the Empress is that she is a social creature. While she is curating and incubating, whatever it is, she is networking. She is getting out to get to know people. She's understanding her world. She's researching. She is visiting and traveling to just get a better understanding of what is this world and what does it possess, and how can I create a relationship with this thing or with that thing. So we have this social energy, this sociable energy, which is also connected to number 3 around that collaboration. The Empress is very good about knowing who to connect to who. She's very good at seeing strengths and seeing weaknesses, and being able to mix different things together to create a result. So that is the energy that I get from the Empress. I hope you enjoyed this and you learned something. So your journal question for today, for today's lesson is who has been an Empress in your life? Who has been an Empress in your life and why? Okay, I love that. I love that actually. So let me know down in the comments what the Empress means for you, how you connect to the Empress. And as always, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Share it with your friends. And I will see y'all next time. Mwah! Bye.